All right, welcome to another two card review. One of these cards I get the value of, but I've like never used it. Never used it. And I kind of want to try messing around with it. I gotta think of some decks I can build that work around it. So let me know down in the comments if you have any decks that work with it, and we'll mention it in a second. And the other one is a basic ally that was a staple for the longest time in pretty much every single deck, and it's still used a ton, I think. So it's definitely worth checking out. So before we get started, do me a huge favor, make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, all that fun stuff. Leave comments about things. Let's go check out some cards. All right, the first card we're going to be talking about today is aggression card, still from the Wasp deck. One cost upgrade, which is Lie in Wait. It's a preparation card. Max 1 per player. After a minion engages you, discard Lie in Wait. Deal 3 damage to that minion. Now, there's a lot of value there, right? It's a response after they engage you, which I think if they engage you, like Quick Strike would still happen first, if I remember correctly, and then this response happens later. I think that's how the timing chart would work. I have to double check. So it's not like as great as like the interrupt from Hawkeye's arrows that like knock them out. But there's still value in here, right? That you don't have to worry about taking out a minion that like Lie in Wait would just take out the minion for you. If you're somebody who gets caught off guard a lot, right? The standard card, not personally in your personal life, but the standard card, you get caught off guard a lot. And this card makes a lot of sense too because it is only a one cost card. So it's nice in that sense that you can put that out there and like if it gets thrown away, then whatever, right? Like it's not the worst thing in the world. I want to mess around with this card more. Let me know if you have any decks that make a lot of sense with this card because I'm really kind of interested in it. I feel like there's value there that I haven't fully either realized or really done a lot with that I probably should. So I want to mess around with that card more. The next card we're going to be talking about is one of the goats, right? Let's just be honest. Everyone used this card for like a year, I feel like, and it's still used a ton because it has a ton of value, and that is the 2 cost basic ally Ironheart Riri Williams. She's a 2 cost ally, 1 thwart with 1 consequential damage, 1 attack with 1 consequential damage, 2 life. Terrible stat line. It's not terrible. It's not a great stat line. But after you draw Ironheart from, or after you play Ironheart from your hand, draw 1 card. Yes, please. Right? If you use a double on her, so it's a 2 effective cost, then well, I guess it's more, whatever. You know what I mean? You're using 2 cards, you get one of those cards back essentially, or if you use resource generators or whatever, like it's crazy. Like the value there is crazy for her. You get her in, she pings the damage off, she removes a little bit of threat, you get a blocker. Right? All that stuff is really, really good. Now, I feel like people have pulled back a little bit because a lot more villains and minions are getting overkill. 2 life isn't a lot. 1 stat line's not a lot, but there's still a solid place for her, right? She still makes a lot of sense in my opinion. She's still a really good card. There's just a lot of value in this card still. And this is one of the cards I recommend. One of the reasons I recommend picking up the Wasp pack. We're going to be touching on some of the other cards probably tomorrow and maybe next week. I'm not 100% sure what the order is yet, but there's some other cards that are worth picking up Wasp. Even if you don't like Wasp Hero, there's really, really good cards in this deck as you've been able to hear from this whole series. But Ironheart is one of them. I still use her a ton. Let me know if you still use her a ton or not. Once again, I appreciate all the support. Thank you so much. If you have not checked out the Medium blog post page or checked out Patreon, please do so. We're trying to hit different, goals on the Patreon thing for anyone that wants to help out with that. I appreciate it. Thank you everyone for your support, and I will see you all tomorrow for one last video.